I'll just reply to this reply. Anyway, he said the shift was global, so today you get a new. So, welcome to anybody who joins while I am trying to get my stuff sorted. We're hopefully going to do okay. Going to be on for about 45 minutes, maybe. While I get the relevant things opened. So we just need to get stuff online. Stream. Just checking everything is right. Channel. Just gotta mute myself. Got that. Got that. Oh, recent live chats. We want the link. Share X. Just gotta get this stuff done. Yeah, so that's up. On the big book. Gotta go on the big book. Cancel that. Look at that. Put that up. And yeah, hopefully we get a few people in. This is really just a live stream to kick off the live streams of 2024. Really weird saying that. I think this is right. Let's see if it does it right. No, of course it doesn't do it the way I want it to. Copy. Back. Keep pressing buttons. Hello. Why have I got two chats on that? Huh? Because this is what happens. I leave things to the last second. So yeah, that's me sorted. I think, possibly. Hopefully people can hear me okay. We're just clearing off all the notifications because, yeah, I forgot to do that. Everything. Why is my Wi-Fi being a tit? So as I say, we are. The Wi-Fi's bouncing around like a bloody banshee anyway. So what I'll probably do is fire up to YouTube. Center. So just getting everything sorted is always the hard part of this bloody thing. We're still on. It's just getting everything sorted. Yeah, so I got that sorted. Got that sorted. You got comments here. If you want to comment, I will show it on the bottom and then I'll talk about it. If you want, that is up to yourself. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything up and running. Just been a busy week. I have to go back to work tomorrow, which I am not looking forward to at all. Just in general, not looking forward to it. But hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we will have changes. We say changes. Employment changes. But yeah. Damn it. God dang it. But yeah, probably, hopefully, employment changes. I am continuously looking and continuously seeing what is out there. There is not much currently, but it's not that there's not much out there. There's not much that pays. So we're on the move. For some people who think that I wasn't going to be doing anything in 2024, there's a lot of stuff. I have a Scotland trip planned. I have, well, planning a Scotland trip. That's going to be a separate series on its own. I'm going to maybe aim to be like camping on that trip, but I still work it out. I want to go to the, what's it they call it, the Skyfall Road in Scotland, and hopefully we'll get there. Oh God, I'm on Tingles TV. Hi, are you, sir? I hope you're well. Yes, we have loads of hopefully bike things related. I have been talking to a local dealership with here about a certain hybrid bike that's coming onto the market at some point in 24. Going to take a load of sports bikes out this year because I feel like I'm missing the market with just dealing with sports bikes. I'm not a sportsy bikey person, and I'm going to be doing that. I have, yeah, I just want to do more mileage. pretty much the Scotland trip is going to be in the spring, so round about April, May time, where it starts to get a wee bit better weather. I'm going to do that. Obviously the weddings this year, so I'll not be doing mad expensive trips. I am planning ABR. Excuse me. I am planning ABR Fest again this year. I want to go. I'm going to make it happen. I just have to make sure I get the money. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be doing that. Probably is one of the ones that I want to take. Even opinions on plans to see any CF bikes. I want to divvy up. I'm going to talk to the local CF dealer, see what they say about maybe lending me just one of each. But again, it's up to them. But what I'm planning on doing this year is probably in the next sort of February, March, April time is getting out on a load of test rides, because obviously all the 24 stuff will be coming in. Hoping to do a lot of like videos at dealerships this year, like so Charles Hurst and a couple of other different ones, a couple of other local ones that I've never been to. So it may be a thing that can happen, but I want to do test rides. The test rides fell off last year solely because I was doing so much traveling and organizing and stuff. And obviously, I've been doing the car test, so I'm going to be doing that. But I want to try the CFs because I've heard a lot of good things, and a few of friends have CFs and they love them. So yeah, doing anything. Hopefully, congratulations first and foremost. Yeah, if you're ever in the market, look out for the biker days that the Stenoline run. I've heard that they are running ones from Dublin this year as well. So I think there's going to be one Dublin to Holyhead and then one from Belfast to Scotland. Always a great opportunity to get across to Scotland and just have a jaunt about. As I say, the Scotland trip that I'm planning, it's planning to go up. I think the Skyfall Road is just outside Fort William. I'm going to go to that, obviously vlog it. Then I'm going to go up towards Applecross and do the Applecross Pass and stuff like that there, and then just come back down. As I say, they're all going to be sort of weekendy trips because I get my new holidays hopefully in April, or wherever I go in the next coming months, I get holidays, and I really need to keep as many of those as possible for the end of the year so I can go on honeymoon to a foreign place and not have to worry about the weather. But yeah, get over to Scotland. Scotland is a good place. If you can get over to likes of Wales as well. Wales is so easy to get to from the island of Ireland. You just have to be willing to travel, so you do. Have a CF 650 good cheap bike, just hard get parts for well, good biking. But yeah, well that's, I mean, a lot of the bikes nowadays are just, they're just clones. I mean, they're all the same. They all look the same. Maybe not as easy to get parts to the CF, but the more and more popular that the brand gets, the more parts will become available. Like, as I say, like dealerships, as much as people hate them, dealerships are probably the best place, or distributors, or someone does a lot of CF parts. Just have to get finding them. As it's the same with Yamaha parts. If you don't want to go to a dealer, you have to go and find them. And I know likes of Fowlers. If you ever try likes of Fowlers and stuff, I know they might not do them, but they might have it. On the off chance that they see the traffic coming in for a certain brand, they may also just start doing it. But yeah, I totally understand. A lot of people do pick bikes for budget reasons, and sometimes the bike doesn't really get the support that it needs. CF is it's a brand that's coming up. It's getting more and more popular, so I can see parts being easier to come across. Got my direct access in October. Davies bangers seem to have them for a decent price, so considering them. But haven't seen too many reviews from motor vloggers that I watch. Yes, 100%. If I had my book, I would show you the list. The reason is I'm not the industry expert, but the reason is CFs aren't getting the traffic that they want, uh, YouTube wise. So dealerships will only get people to go out and go on the Yamahas, the Hondas, the Suzuki's, the Kawasaki's, and stuff like that. There, because I'm not well placed, but because I do all year, the problem is most dealerships don't really like their bikes getting dirty and wet and stuff. And for me to go to likes of Davies, which would be brilliant because they're only like half an hour, 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes up the road. I would love to take them out, but I would also love to give the dealership the support that they deserve. If they're a good place, they're a good place. I want to support that. If they're a bad place, well, they're going to have to take the good with the bad. But if they've got CS and they're willing to let me take them, I'd 100% do it. And it's the same as with all mine. I would do the review. I would suggest things if it was something was wrong and stuff like that. There, I try to keep my reviews as honest as possible. And a lot of people, I know a good lot of. I've only started talking to a few of the bigger ones who do reviews and stuff, and they even tell you it's hard to keep it original and real. A lot of the big dealerships don't like you telling the truth, but that's where I'm a bit different. You don't get a choice. I'll take it out if I like it. I like it. If I don't, I'll try and change something, or if I don't like the way the brake feels, change it to this or do that, or I'll always put a reason in. But that is definitely one of the ones, because I know CF, I want to try and pray you. It sounds bad, but everybody harps on about them, but I want to give them a C. But as I say, CF is on the list. I also am doing the little dealer thing where I'll let them know that I'm coming. I'll come in, I'll do a video, do like a 5 out of, or 10 out of 10, or 5 out of 10 for X, Y, and Z and stuff like that there. So, I mean, it's 24 minutes and possibilities are endless with this stuff. So they are. Tingle. I'd like to see you on a Tenere 700 ripping through the Mourne Mountains instead of Scotland. Well, the problem with that is the law. There's not really many places in Northern Ireland where you're allowed to green lane. Full stop. You will get fined high hell. I could ride one to Donegal and do it out there, but then if I drop it and wreck it, it's stuck out there. And the other problem is I don't own one, and I've tried to sit on one, and they're freaking tall. I would have to get the skinny, not the skinny version, but the short arse version one just to see. But as I say, I know a couple of guys with them. I can ask them, kind of take it out for the day and take it to Donegal or something, or go to Donegal with them when they're on one of their wee off-road cohort weekends and see what it's like. But yeah, definitely a thing. Obviously, it's the law. It really is just there's very little places up around here, especially the Mourne Mountains. Too many walkers, too many dogs, too many farmers. It wouldn't happen. But yeah, it would be interesting to see one, especially if anybody has one and they're taking it the ABR. Like, I will wholeheartedly only take it on the beginner track, but I just want to rip around on one. Here, Gary. Chinese brands are building for other major manufacturers. CF built for Kawasaki, I believe. Maybe BMWs. Yeah. Generally, most of these bikes are side by side in the factory. Just your what was it, Honda Rebels and stuff like that. They're still going around in other countries, but it's something different. It's a thing. It's like your tin of beans. Whatever's in that tin of beans is probably the same in every tin of beans, just with a different label on it. CCM, for example, I think they're Husqvarna engines. So it just depends. I know a lot of people are against Chinese bikes, and personally, I've had one myself, and it was a freaking liability. But it was kind of like, just deal with it. You just deal with it. I mean, a Moto Geiko had single cylinder twin pipe. The thing fell apart. I think I gave it back and got my money back because it was just an absolute disaster. So it was a 10 batteries, 20 odd tail lights, fucking the bolt and the exhaust manifold sheared off and hit one of my mates. And there's just so many good ones, and you just hear about the bad. And that's the thing about reviews, you only hear about the bad. So that's where I am aiming for CF. And I want to see if I can get one of those 701s to have a wee rip around on. Motor Tingle. Many KTMs are built in China. True. Harley Davidsons. Not American. Well, they are American. The stuff's from China. As probably you've all seen the, what do you call it? The Fortnite video, which he went deep and it's so crazy. CCM by the old Husky engines from BMW Motorrad, made by BMW. Yeah, it's true. It is crazy that. Well, it's not crazy. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, everybody has their brand that they like, but the brands are so similar. Like it's not even funny how similar some of the brands are. Just a different sticker that separates them. I think most cars, and Tingle, you'll be able to tell me, like most cars, like I think I've seen, was it Lamborghinis with fucking Mercedes parts or something, or Audis with BMW parts and all that. If you're big enough fish in the game, you're gonna be providing even the small fry startup manufacturers their stuff, because your stuff is reliable. It is a totally different ball game, but we strive to do more. Well, there you go. It is true. Like now, I haven't rode a CF, so I can't. But from what I've heard from the friends that I have who have them, they're decent. They're not bad bikes. Yeah, parts are hard to get, but if you know where to get the parts again, it's a thing. But as I say, I am going to do the. I'm going to go to Davies Bikes and ask them politely. I'll probably get no. But if anybody's ever out there and talking to them, point them my way or point me to whoever's in there who I can talk to who will help. Because I would love to be like linked to a dealership here that I can get behind. I go to Charleshurst a lot, but it's like what does it say? It's like it's a big enough fish. Would love to support. You've got like Reich's Bike Shop. You've got Module Rolling Race, Road and Race. You've got Davies Bikes. You've got tons of other ones. There's so many. You've got the bike transporters now. It's Northern Ireland. It's a tight wee place. It just needs to give the smaller ones a wee bit of support. Now I know most bikers do go and shop around all the shops, but when the big dealerships hosing up all the market, it's kind of hard for even small people to survive. And I understand that, but 24 is me getting into that side of things, so it should be interesting. TRK 702 Aaron Davies. I would like to test ride one of them. Well, I test rode the TRK 501, I want to say. I try and remind myself here, but think it was the 501. I think it was. So yeah, it was the 2023 50 Benelli TRK 502, which a solid little bike. So if the platform says that they're going to get bigger, get bigger. But again, if I was able and the place was able, I would club up with them, give them a hand, fire them all the promotion, and the only advantage I get out of it is taking a bike out for an hour. Something like that there. Ducati is owned by Audi. It's brought Ducati into the 21st century. No more bad electrics or bad build quality, so it can have its advantages with brands working with brands. Yeah, but we'll always still say that Ducatis don't like water, like the Italians. Most Italians don't like water, but yeah, 100%. It can only benefit the end user, which is the customer. So it's one of those things that we need to not support, but have a look at. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out my Wi-Fi's playing silly buggers. So it is. We can always just go and support them. Kickstart Motorcycles is a good bike store, but they are closing down. Yes, 100%. I've seen this on, I think a few people had sent me it on social media. I will be honest, I am surprised that Kickstart is still open, or was still open after 35 years. Kickstart had a good shop when it was on the main road. Now, I don't understand business. I'll not claim to, but I don't know why they would have moved off the road to then move into like a wee cul-de-sac, and then it just got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. 100%. Again, if Kickstart was still going, I would go and offer them some help. Not a social media wizard, not an internet supply chain wizard, not a brilliant YouTuber, but I would go and help. Wee bit of exposure to the country doesn't kill anybody. It might keep them in business for about a month or two longer, but we have the issue is people are too brand loyal. So if everybody goes to fucking Phil Moneybags McCallum and buys stuff and pays an extortionate amount of money to get a picture with them, small businesses are going to die. And Kickstart is basically that. The person behind Kickstart probably just doesn't want to run it anymore. 35 years is a long time to be running a business, but also it's a long time to be doing okay. If you're not growing and growing and growing and becoming bigger, it's just an issue. Problem with Northern Ireland is that manufacturers demand solid dealerships. I think I said that right. I.e., one brand. The NI market is too small to support emerging dealerships. Yes and no. I would agree with you, Gary. I wholeheartedly agree that Northern Ireland is just too small for motorbikes in general. The problem is also every fucking agent wants a sport bike, but they want the older version. They don't want the new version. And then when they do want the new version, they want this version. It's hard. It's one of those things that if a shop, take Kickstart for example, when I first started going to Kickstart was a bike shop / secondhand dealer in actual sense, and they did great business. They had great selection of bikes and this, that, and the other. The problem is when the big dealerships get bigger, they start taking up the secondhand market. Now, if you sell your bike, you will almost get a call. You will almost certainly get a call from Charleshurst, Korean Motorcycles, Phil Moneybags. They hose up. They command the market. If they were to go bust, not saying that that's a good thing, but if they were to go bust, and we had more small shops where people could shop around, I think the industry here would be a lot better. But the problem is as well, they have old people doing social media who have had their businesses longer than they've had social media, so they're not using it to the fullest. And it does sound daft, but having a TikTok, having an Instagram, having a YouTube page, doing the bare minimum across social media, it will elevate your business. It gets you out there. And I know this is an argument as well. A lot of people are bringing up is we only take cash. Now I know a lot of the little shops now only take cash. That's dangerous, because me, for example, that's my wallet. No cash in that wallet, only cards. I don't carry money. I only carry cards. So if I go to a shop and I need a bottle, 2 or 3 bottles of chain loop, and he goes, yeah, that's 20 quid. I don't have the money. I only have it in the card. And I understand it's due to the taxes and fines that they get for all that there, but having that leeway of finding a way to get past that but still accept cards, it's an important thing to do. But as I say, it's hard. Without pissing many businesses off, it's hard. But as I say, if I can change things up and help, I will. But I come with a set of terms and conditions, which are basically I get to say whatever I want. If I say negative things, I give them heads up. I give them time to yep, no, that's fine. And then in the video at the end, I can address it and say they've agreed to do this, that, and the other. But some businesses just aren't willing to change. Oh, yeah. So you have a keen eye on you. So the new page, the new channel. Now, it's not going to be to everybody's taste. So one thing I wanted to do this year with the better work-life balance is start up an old hobby that I had years ago. I had this hobby probably about 10, 15 years ago, easily, and that was fishing. I want to start fishing again, but I want to start freshwater fishing, because I was majority sea fishing, and I wasn't great, but it was good. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was going for. I knew how to aim for things. I knew how to target things. So I did it. And I want to try freshwater fishing. I want to do the applying for the licenses and stuff like that, and buying the rods and I want to do it, but I want to document it all on a channel. And that's what the channel will be. Now, if that's something that you're interested in, I will probably build a channel up separate to this and then let everybody know about it, because I don't want to be using the success of my channel to boost that channel and then have people not watch it, So yeah, it's going to be fishing. The Donkey's Fishing Adventures or something. I have the name already set. I'm just going to keep it a secret until I actually get started a good bit. I'd happily try CF, but I'm scared off with the 44 teeth videos where they raced CF 650 and it kept breaking down. YouTube coverage can damage or big up brands by covering things like this. Yes, 100%. To be fair, 44 teeth do take things to a bit of extreme. They are like a Top Gear of motorcycles. But you hammer a bike around a racetrack all the time, it'll break down at some point. They're probably not even brand new bikes. So you have to take that into consideration, history and stuff like that. But yeah, 100% agree. YouTube has the ability to make or even break a manufacturer or a bike, or, just give a bad opinion. Look at Chinese bikes, for example. Everybody hates them. But there are some great ones out there. So it's kind of like, if you fit in the space that you're picking up all the good ones, you're going to get all the good ones all the time. If you give one of those a bad review, you're straight back to the aisle of getting nothing. Again, I understand why, But when you're a consumer of something, you can't really expect people to just tell everybody else about the good things. You have to sort of take the good with the bad with the good. But that is one of the things I want to try and do more of on obviously with my reviews, but we have to see what the weather does and to see if I can get the bloody bikes in the first place. Clifton Autos is another no. Yes, I 100% agree. Clifton Autos is another small bike store that could do with an uplift. Problem being that I was probably one of the customers that got burnt by them. And I'm not talking anything serious. I think it was something as daft as I phoned them up. This was years. This was just as I was getting into motorcycling. I hadn't got a clue what I'm buying. Still don't. And I bought a chain off them. A chain. Bog standard piece of equipment for a motorcycle. And he asked me the dealer, what was it? The make, model, the year, all that fun stuff. And he gave me a chain that wouldn't even have moved a bicycle. Now, personally, never went back. Went to Charge House Kickstart, and just kept going to Kickstart, and then Charge House, and then just getting stuff online, 100%. But there was a whole big thing before that I heard that bikes that were getting stolen were turning up at Clifton. Now I don't know. Obviously, they have their methods and means of buying bikes in, like any business does. But there was one or two that I heard scare stories about the bike was stolen, and like 6 weeks later, it was the Clifton Autos secondhand part, their secondhand sale bit, and didn't really ask questions. And the police were like, "Yeah, well, you know," and they went and took it back and stuff like that. But again, it would be somewhere that I would like to go back, have a look around, do a video, and see where it goes. Because again, they have brilliant location. They just need more room, and it could be under new management for all I know. It could be absolutely brilliant, but nobody ever rants and raves about it. Again, there's no big social media posts about them, so I can't go in and help ones who are going to be dead against helping themselves. But again, yeah, 100%. I could add it to the list and go and approach them and see what they say, and try and help, because they can't be doing good. If they are, it's suspicious. But 100%, dealers go to these big social media companies, and the output is awful. Plus, it's expensive to run. They love to do socials for a bike shop with a cushy job, getting paid to do socials. 100%. I would love to be able to go into a job and go, I am a qualified social media person. I'm not. I do this for basically my own fun, and I don't understand how you could think this is fun, but it is. I mean, it is hard. It is, social media is hard, and it is one of those things that you are definitely treading a line of favorite or not so favorite. So, and even like a few years ago, I was getting offers for jackets, helmets, gloves, boots, bikes, all sorts. And then because I gave one a bad review, I got black marked for the rest of them. So yeah. But no, I just work away at it myself. Don't do it for any money. Won't do it for any money. That's the other thing, is once you seem to be paid, that's where all the issues come in, because people then think you're paid to then give a good opinion of the place. So it's one of those things. I'm just told a power supply for my computer. Do you think you could handle doing socials for multiple dealerships? No. um, it's hard. Like there is one particular shop here where I am, and or one company actually, and their social media isn't run by a young person; it's run by a 50-year-old probably, and they just do like a plain white post with a picture of their product, and I was like, yeah, it's not great. But I told them, I sent them a DM with a list of things to try, and they're trying it, and the engagement, you can see the engagement going up. The problem is with doing it with multiple dealers is one will always try and get you to favor them. It's hard. You kind of have to be super impartial, but also on their side and stuff like that there. But it is hard. I would try it. It's not to say I wouldn't, but as I said before, the business would also have to be making a concerted effort. I wouldn't be getting paid. They probably have their own. If there's a fresh pair of eyes on it, and I am that, that would be the ideal for me. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I personally think brands that Davies bikes and Clifton have come a long way. I think they still battle against crappy Chinese bikes of the past. And I'm tempted. Now, as far as I'm aware, I'll have a look. I'll bring you along. Let's see. We'll go on the Clifton Autos. So give me a second. I'll try and work this out. So I'll take this away for you a second, but I do understand what you're saying. Now, we'll go into their new bikes. So they've got Benelli, Modal, Hanway, Kenway, Lambretta, Royal Enfield, MBG. I've had experience with those. We'll go with Benelli. So, sorry. Brand that's up and coming. Loads of stuff. Like there's the one I took out at ABR. $6,000 on the road, boxes, everything. 100%. I'll take one that I don't know of, and that's MGB. Now, for starter bikes, looks great. $2,500 for that. You know what I mean? Like, all great things. But let's face it, if you're going to be buying a bike like this, you're not going to be looking for the highest of specs. It's a starter bike. We're going to use bikes. No. I don't know if they just sold out or, they haven't got anything. So we'll go to the news. They're all dealer posts, as in brands. Where are their own about their shop? Where's the shop? Links to the website, MotoGP GB website, which, where is it? Contact. There. So you've got What did you stop sharing for? So it shares, they go straight to a website that's in England. So it is. So let's see. Go down to the bottom. I'll do it the easy way. So yeah. Where is it? Oh, excuse me. So it is a nice website. But where else are they? Because I've never seen them on social media, you know what I mean? But it's just the thing, you know. If it helps, it helps. I'm only, I'm. Yeah, you probably are. There's in a very small group of people. I don't like MotoGP because MotoGP is like watching Premiership football, and Premiership football is like watching paint dry. It's just that road racing. It is for some. It's not for all. 100%. You know, it's not a bad thing. It's just you might get a few stern opinions about it. Someone trying to tell you how the Dunlops are the best and all this here, but at the end of the day, everybody is allowed their own opinion. You know, you're in a minority. I wouldn't say you're an extreme minority. Also, yes, R.I.P. Davey. I seen a post there. It's like their first Christmas without him, so yeah, it's a sad one for them. Um, a lot of people were asking me where was it going to the funeral. I don't know the person. Why would I go to a person's funeral if I don't know them? You know, it was strange, but I got my OTs from Davy Bikes. Yeah. I follow one of the mechanics from Davies Bikes and absolutely seems very competent. You know, they do a great deal of work. They do it on a wide range of things. And should we go to Davies Bikes and see? I see. Um, I see. Just having me look here 2 seconds. That's right. I was just checking to make sure these are showing up on the YouTube stream as well. So we got Davies Bikes website here. We'll go to used first. What have I got? Moto Marnie, Yamaha, Triumph. Now they have some good bikes in their oh, I wish I hadn't looked. This is your fault, Stevie. Oh my goodness. I want it. I want it. I want it. Oh. How many miles? Many miles. 23,000 on a 2014. That's scandalous. Me Nixon chips, I wouldn't bother me in the slightest. Oh my god, that's a nice bike. I blame you for this. If anybody didn't know, I want this Yamaha Tenere 1200Z Super Tenere World Crosser. You know, anybody wants to donate that, send it to me. Oh my goodness, I wish I hadn't looked at that. How much is it? How much is it? Much? Tell me. Tell me the money. 7 grand. If I could afford to insure that, I'd have that. So I mean, like, you know, they've got like 5 pages of bikes that they're all secondhand. You got CF 2019s. You got Benelli's, you got Piaggio's, CS X Demo, 30 miles on it. So is that one that wasn't popular? And they're getting rid of it because they are nice bikes, though. Well, it's a better display than mine. And let's see how much it is because £4 grand. So you can get a 650 for £4 grand, or you can buy. It's a hard one to beat. It really is hard one to beat that. Yeah. So they must have got. See, I want to try one of these X capes as well. Look at that. That is sexy. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to try that. Don't know if I'm tall enough to try it, but like just looking at their website, it's a well put together website. It's well thought out. Everything's in its place. It's got the workshop that it's got its workshop on a separate page. You got contact us. Where's where's the links to social media? They've got their Instagram page and their Twitter. Okay, so we'll click on it. So I don't know what happened there. I really don't. I clicked Instagram and everything just melted. So it says to have Instagram. I'll check it out at a later date. That's strange. It just glitched. But yeah, 100%. I will be asking Davy's bikes. Road racing is a great spectacle, but we lose so many great guys to it. They're all loved, though. I don't think that's what he's saying, Gary. I 100% agree with what you're saying. Is yes, but not everybody likes it. It's a bit too dangerous for some people, But as I say, everybody has their own opinion. This is what makes the world great. There needs to be more incentive to get more young people on bikes in Northern Ireland, get people out of their cars. Problem being, everybody who's on a motorbike in Northern Ireland is about freaking 70 plus. And they'll tell you about the good old days, which will bore the absolute stones off you. 100% agree. You tell anybody in Newcastle car park in County Down on a busy Saturday or Sunday that you're a social media person, I can guarantee every person will walk away from you laughing. If they don't get the phone call from their wives to come home first. You know what I mean? It is hard. I wouldn't. Northern Ireland has a bigger car scene than motorbike scene. Everybody thinks because the Northwest is here doesn't mean it's a big bike scene. Most of the people who come to the Northwest get a boat onto the island and just leave when it's over. And then you get the collectors, as I call them. So you get boys who buy a bike, buy a bike, buy a bike, buy a bike, and then just leave them in their garage. But they'll walk around Portrush in the Northwest in their leathers and jump back into their car and drive off. It's a bit mixed. There is one on DV bikes I like as a second-hand bike. Yeah, has to be a great deal. Yeah, Gary, I have test rode that bike, and I can 100% tell you, if I had the money, I'd have one as a second bike or a bike from a partner as a starting bike to get her going again after the years that she's been off. But definitely a good bike. I do like a good naked bike, but I do like a fern. I've got old, so I like a screen in front of me. CL700. I have to Google that. Yeah, 100%. It's very like a XSR. 100% looks like a great bike. Haven't rode it, but I will try and get one. There needs to be an improvement for insurance prices, in my opinion. The cost for insurance on a bike is more than it is in the car, despite my car costing more than the bike I'm thinking of buying. Blame the wee shits that keep stealing it. Not yours in particular, but blame the wee shits that steal the bikes because they drive it up. And I'm not lying when I say it, but you know, they drive the price of it up for everybody and don't take any of the consequences. Yeah, all right, a couple of them will crash and delete themselves, but we are left to pay the bill. Davies just recently got into TikTok. Yeah, I've seen that. I think I gave him a shout out, but didn't get much response from him. It's hard. TikTok's such a opinionated place at the minute. A lot of bike shops are just following other bike shops and what to do and how to do it and stuff. And it does annoy me that templates are there for a reason, trends are there for a reason, but they don't seem to try to want to do them. It's just so funny. Also, the fact that road tax can be the same as well. Yeah. £100 to get the tracer on the road, or keep the tracer on the road. Not begrudge paying it, because the bigger the bike, the more it's going to be. But again, Greta, whatever you call her, is probably behind most of that. Heck off, I'm only 70 or 6, so I nearly said 73, 63. Yeah. But you're young at heart. That's your problem, Harold. You're young at heart. And you'd probably be the first person that would walk up to me and slap me at a bike thing. So you would. But it's all the same. It's like, I seen an article. It was like one of the road racing bodies or racing bodies have banned social media influencers from sponsoring bikes. And I commented on it, and it started a whole big thing. Basically, I just wrote, "Oh yeah, bloody youngsters and their TikTok," because that's generally why it is. I mean, what is it to say when your granny and granda come on Facebook that the platform's dead? The same's happening with TikTok. Older and older and older people are coming on it, and the younger ones are finding a different one to go to. So it is hard to deal with social media as a business. I mean, I do understand following the trends and stuff like that. There isn't probably in the scope of your business, but if it gets you a few thousand views and a couple of internet sales, it's kind of paid for itself. A lot of bike companies don't do meet the teams. People suffer from anxiety people just suffer from anxiety in general, but person to person anxiety. If I walk into somewhere and I don't know anybody, I'm not going to ask anybody a question. But if I see someone off TikTok that maybe has responded to a comment or something that I've wrote, I will go to that person and talk to that person, because you've kind of broke the ice already, but over a platform that you haven't physically talked to each other. But it's one of those things that we just need to merge the two into the one. But a lot of businesses in Northern Ireland are very stuck in their ways. A lot of them are there, they want the help. But once they get someone in to help them, they get someone out of uni to help them, the old ones who come to the shop, oh, I don't like it anymore, it's too popular, blah, blah, blah. But if you like a good naked bike, thoughts on the MT-07 and the MT-09? I'm thinking of going away from my Tracer, the MT-07, MT-09. It's just the same. Tracer 900 is an MT-09. Tracer 700 is an MT-07 with protection. When I mean protection, I mean a screen and nice fairings and the ability to carry stuff. And MT-07 and an MT-09 is basically a bike. Not much really you can do. You could probably bolt the same parts on the Tracer 7 that you can on an MT-07. Same as my Tracer 900. I can go and buy parts for the MT-09 and I can bolt them on. Don't want to because I like my bike the way it is, but it means when you're searching for parts, you just type in MT-07, you find an exhaust that fits the MT-07, and then you go on the forum and go, does this fit the Tracer 7? And they'll go, yes. And I'm like, result, cheaper because there's so many MT-07s, but not very many 700 Tracers. It is all about balancing. It's all about getting that sort of cause and effect, but you can get parts for MT-09s and 7s for Tracer 7s and stuff. So, and I would find it rare to find YouTube motovloggers in America. It's a complete opposite. Yes, it is what I like to call a dumpster fire in America, where everybody thinks you have to wheelie. No, you don't. Everybody thinks you have to ride around in a t-shirt. No, you don't. Helmets are optional. It's normal to ride with a gun on you. You know what I mean? And the problem is, I'm not deeply religious, and I'm going somewhere with this, so just understand. I'm not deeply religious, and I watch 4 YouTubers in America who insist on putting, and I call them God quotes for a reason, putting God quotes into their videos. Instantly turn off, unsubscribe. Don't want to have it rammed down my throat. And they'll start videos saying, oh, God be this and that. I'm not that person. It will make me turn off quick. Over here, and NI especially, personal experience this is, by the way, just in case. I have had more people in England, Scotland, and Wales recognize me in Northern Ireland than I have had people in Northern Ireland recognize me. Now, recently I went to the bike show in Carrickfergus, and a fella, Ron, came up to me and started chatting away because he watches my videos. And he was like, oh, I thought you'd have more people in Northern Ireland supporting you. No, because I will quite happily take the piss out of a summer biker. I get a lot of flack because I say I ride all year round and don't do the things that they think you have to do. I get a lot of flack because I'm not a mental road racing fan. No, you tried to post up bike reviews in the motorbike forum or in the motorbike Facebook pages and absolutely get shunned, which is insane. So they say your country is the country that will support you. Not in Northern Ireland. Not for a second. I know I have a hardcore little audience who will help and try and do their best for me. And if they see me, they'll give me a wave and stuff like that there. That's about it. You'll also get the ones, and for talk's sake, and this has happened, it was in Newcastle Car Park, summer's day, middle of July, brilliant weather. 4 people came up to me, was talking to a group who had rode down behind me and was just putting stuff away before I went for a coffee. 4 people came over and went, oh, you're a donkey, can I get a picture with you? Yeah, I mean, I'm there if you want. I don't know why you want it, but, I'll take a picture. Did the stupid, awkward, what do I do pose. And the guys were just like, nah. And it was like, what what? And then I think it was like a few weeks later, or like it's actually a few days later, it was one of the bike forums. Someone posted up, was like, "Oh, I met one of them YouTube wankers in Newcastle. Absolute dickhead, fucking this, that." I was like, "What?" And it turned out it was one of the guys who had followed me down and was there when the people took a picture. Now, I didn't talk to this specific person, but he was just like, "Ah, fucking wanker." Okay, he may trying to help the country, but you know what? I'll do my own shit. I do it because I know it aggravates people, and I know when I'm happy and support different runs, it aggravates people. So it is weird. But I go to England and it's like swamped. You know, people coming up to me at ABR, people coming up to me at the bike show, people commenting all the time. It is strange, but Northern Ireland is a country that if you're trying to get ahead in life, not a chance. Refuel ride race. Hello? Do you still use MB14 for cleaning? Is it good for crappy salt that's on the roads? I do still use MB14. Sorry for the dramatic long post. This is a wild random product that was in my box. Whoa, just as a Christmas present. Got it as a Christmas present. Obviously, the person doesn't really know me, but we'll turn that around so you can't see it. Yes, still use it. I don't really wash my bike enough to tell you if it works well with crappy salt, because when the crappy salt's out, I just ride my bike. You clean it on a Sunday and it's dirty Monday morning by the time you get to work. You know, you don't know when they put the salt down on the road unless you know people who grit the roads. And I used to use a product called F132 or something from Scott Euler. If you're washing your bike fairly regularly in the salty conditions, as most Northern Ireland bikers hate, you're just wash it. You know, I rinse mine down every now and again with a hose when I come in if it's really bad, but I don't scrub it again. You know, wash it every day during the week, give it a hose down, and then if I'm free that weekend, I'll wash it again. But it probably is, mate, but I just don't use it for said purpose. NI peeps, but not all don't like to express themselves as much as the Americans do. It's more of a closed off culture. I love to ride all year too. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not closed off. It's, oh, you're not allowed to talk about your feelings. I don't like that bike, so I'll tell my mates, but I'm not telling anybody else. It's one of those things, and I hope by just constantly putting videos out, people will come around and even doing it themselves. Because I have people who follow me and they're from Northern Ireland and they're bikers on TikTok, but they don't post, but they have an opinion about what you post. So it's like, well, all right, Billy Big Balls, post. Tell me I'm wrong. But it is one of those things. Smiley face. And it's just filled with miserable. Yep. And those miserable normally run or go really fast when they see a rain cloud. I'm off for coffee. Good chat. Happy New Year, Gary. Hopefully see you at some point this year. Maybe run into you, or we'll organize something. We'll get that sorted. Don't forget the polish them pipes. Well, nobody has volunteered to come and do it for me, and I'm not going to do it. I'm going to post again about that because I just love it when people kick off about that. Thank you very much. I know there are people out there from NI that watch. I know. I think we've seen each other in that car park at one point, and you did that weird double take, and I was miles away. But yeah, it's breaking through to the people who matter, like yourself. But 100%, thank you very much. Exactly. You're doing nobody any harm. But some of the comments on some of the videos, you would think I'm absolutely murdering people's families. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a load of stuff out there to do, and a lot of the clubs are very accommodating. I was in a club myself for 9 years, and we accommodated learners, but you're either in the club scene or you're in the summer biker scene. There's not really an in between. Now we are trying to, with a few of us, are trying to get a proper bike show up and running. We're planning on different things, and I mean, I'll be videoing like fuck this year, so it'll be one of those years. So it will, but we're just here. It's just one of those things that people just tend to hate on others, which is awfully annoying when you're trying to help others. I didn't know. You should have asked me. I, I have done that with so many people. Partly why I wear the stuff that I wear, it does technically stand out, but it also like looks like everybody else. Um, and plus, as I say, I don't. The only thing I have on my helmet that will ever make anybody aware that it's me is that. You know what I mean? Generic grey helmet. And if you're behind me, you're going to see that. So it is different. Um, and everybody has cameras on, but they don't seem to do anything with the stuff. But it's just people. I ordered myself an Oxford rain cover coat type thing because I'm a bit sick of getting wet and having to wait like 5 weeks for the jacket to dry out. So hopefully when that comes, I'm going to do a review on that there. Always appreciate going to work. Yeah. Well, obviously I have the filtering to deal with going to work in the mornings and coming home. If I get the new job, I'll have a lot more of that. But I say like my bike for. I can do that. I can do fast runs to work. I can do slow ones. I can do fast weekends. I can do slow weekends. I can do mega miles. I can do no miles. I'm still happy. I wish I could afford to get those stickers done again. I've had a lot of people asking me about them and seeing if I'm going to be doing them again, but I just haven't had the time or even the capacity to even look into it again. I did want to do like what do you call it, like little packs, but by the time you make them up, you're in it for like 100 odd quid, and they could sell or they might not sell, or it's just so much stress. But 24, I think I'm going to start looking into getting those stickers done, just the donkey head, and then maybe do a couple of the classic XT donkey ones, and get them back out. So we'll see. And maybe run a competition like in the summer where you get a sticker and you put it somewhere. I'll pick out a random a place, and do like a giveaway of MB14 or something that I'll buy. And then I'll send it to the person, or I'll deliver it to them as just a hey, you won. Because I actually think there's one of my stickers in Australia. Um, Mr. Oz Adventure or Captain Cranky put one up at like this big mass canyon place, and he actually stuck it on the sign. And I still have the photo somewhere in a box. Because I actually went to the hassle of printing it out, and I was like, I'm going to keep that because that is class. And I know my mate in America, Mr. Three Streets, he's got one, and I've had people put them everywhere and anywhere, and on all the English boards and stuff. And it's just, I remember the good old days of sticker shares and stuff like that there, but that was when stickers were cheap and you could get them done good and cheap. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Right. I think that is it. If you have any more questions or you want to chat, down in the comments, you just leave a comment. I'll get it. I'll reply. And yeah, hope everybody has a great 2024. Hopefully, going to get these scheduled once every month. Hopefully, at the start of the month, probably around 9 o'clock. But I will let you know in a separate video. Um, Again, thank you for coming along and saying hello and chatting and all that sort of stuff. This has been one of the probably more successful ones because I was only planning to be on for about 40 minutes and that's been an hour and 16. But yeah, hope you've all had a great Christmas. Happy New Year. And let's get the year started. And let's get into some dealerships and then and let's give them a wee fucking boot up the backside.